Welcome to Crypto OGs.
Welcome to Crypto OGs. Today we have Mr. Thomas Kralow, the CEO of Events Horizon. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Yeah, very happy to be here, Andres. How are you doing?
I'm very good now in Dubai, living the dream.
A little bit hot, though.
Well, living the hot dream.
Living the hot dream, true, yeah.
So Thomas, thank you so much for taking your time. I know you have a lot of business. You are an entrepreneur, investor, crypto trader, an expert doing marketing, but also you have a big team. You just mentioned you have 100 people plus in your team, plus family, wife, commitments. Let's go all the way back. You are very successful at 30 years old. You have millions of followers, subscribers, community. How you managed to get there? Like, let's go all the way back to your teenage years.
I never thought that I'm gonna end up where I am today. I never believed in it.
Yeah.
I mean, my beliefs started to evolve as I was going about life and I was getting to certain points and achieving something.
Yeah.
And then you were like, something is actually possible. But yeah, my father left when I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
My mother raised me together with my grandmother. They've done
Okay.
an okay job. They didn't have any education themselves. So the only thing they knew is that you need to work hard and you need to work somewhere where you have opportunity. So they shipped me off to US when I was like 15, turning 16. And
That's good.
Yeah, and I lived alone in New York for a long time.
Oh, wow.
So for about 5-6 years, and this is where I've learned to be independent. And really, out of just a kid, I became a man because I was responsible for myself.
Yeah.
I was also battling addiction.
Yeah.
I was smoking cigarettes and drinking like crazy. Like even at 17, 18, I had a big problem, which was sad. So I was battling with that. I had also a loss in the family, and it was pretty difficult. So. And just how the rest came about is just that I knew somewhere deep down, and because of my mother and the way that she raised me, she said that you're a man, and you just got to do whatever you fucking got to do.
Oh,
That's all she gave me, really.
Yeah.
And she said, back in the day, she said, lawyers make good money.
Yeah.
So I went and I studied law, and I was looking to become a criminal lawyer, or I wanted to work for one of the agencies in the U.S. for like FBI or whatever.
Not the SEC.
No, not the SEC. No, screw that. That's boring shit. Even though I became just as bold as Gary, but nonetheless, and then as I went about, so many people that came into my life, they actually changed trajectory of my life because I was always very open to new things. What made me successful, I guess, is that I'm open-minded. If somebody comes about with their opinion, I will never say, "Oh, you're an idiot" or whatever. I might think this way, but I will still take in the information and I will process it.
Yeah.
So I was always good at processing information to a certain extent. And whenever I saw the opportunity, I was like, "What can I lose?"
Yeah.
The only loss is death. So unless I die, and I shouldn't die from this, I should give it a try. If I want to do something out of the scope of the 99%. So this was the only understanding of what I should do. And I just kept going. And then the second part of the recipe is time.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, even 10 years ago when I was 20 and I was so eager to do something and I thought I'm going to just become rich out of nowhere, I did not know how. And if I would have been given the opportunity to run Event Horizon right now, for example, to build it, and even if it was given to me in the shape it is in right now, I'd fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like it'd be dead within a week.
Oh, wow.
So everything comes with time.
Yeah.
And when you're ready. It all sounds like cliche bullshit, but in reality, it just is common sense.
And especially when you are getting to know how to do stuff and you don't have enough money, and then you see all these people on YouTube saying, you have to wait, you have to be patient, it will come to you. And then you say, well, yeah, but I'm not making $10,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
So it's quite difficult to get to that step that you say, okay, I'm learning as well. I will get there. But you mentioned something really special. I also was brought up by a single mother and my sister. So, and I think so we have that in common. It gave us an age that we have to become that person to take care of them.
Yeah.
And I seen your videos with your wife, your mother. They're amazing what you're doing, and they're probably very proud of you. But to get there, 10 years down the line, it took a lot of effort, energy, failures. What has been your biggest failure the last 10 years since you started?
The biggest failure? I don't really look at things as failures because unless you learn, you don't fail. But
Step back.
Yeah, if I once I lost $100 million.
Oh, wow.
And the way how, but it's a bit different. I lost it by not just losing it physically. I
Yeah.
lost it by not taking the right actions when I was told to do those actions that would have led me to those 100 million. So as an example, everybody knows, and I'm open about it, I make a lot of money, not just from trading and investing and from entrepreneurship, this, that. I also make money from, I have 11 income sources, one of which is affiliate marketing. So I've understood viral content. I know how to attract attention. I know how to...
triple click,
I know how to drive people to use certain products and services. And the only rule that I have is that it is a legitimate product that actually is necessary and it is not some garbage scam, whatever. So, and I started affiliate marketing. I worked with many different exchanges for the most part on YouTube. And I was able to build cash flow within, like, depending on the volume, like I can make upwards of $500,000 a month from just passive commissions. And I can stop it at any time and it's going to still live on for some time. So the mistake I've made, I was told to do this by my chief of marketing, my first marketing guy ever. His name is Martins.
He's watching this program.
If he's watching this, he's like, because he knows. And he told me to do this 5 years ago. This was when, and he told me to also work with Bybit.
Yeah.
And this was when like guys like Carl the Moon and MM Crypto and everybody else was starting off. So, and I was like, I didn't pay attention to it. I was busy with other stuff and I didn't listen to him.
Yeah.
So, and because of this, I started 2 years later when other guys were already driving Bugattis.
And
I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I got into it. And if I would have got, and then, 2 years difference, not a big difference. But
in crypto, yes.
If some guys were previously making strange videos and they were driving 500 deposits per day, and then I'm coming 2 years later and I'm doing much better content and I'm doing 50 deposits a day.
Yeah.
So, and then it's just, it's reducing. So therefore, if I'm making $500,000 a month, these guys are making 5 million a month.
Yeah.
So, and there were like some stories I've seen, some of the money that some of the guys make when they were first in it.
Yeah.
It's just fucking insane. It's like you would not believe it. Cristiano Ronaldo would look at it and would like, who are you?
Why are you not doing that money, right?
Yeah. So affiliate marketing is much more powerful than people think. And they don't even realize what it is. So that was probably my most painful mistake.
Okay.
That I just didn't listen to the people whom I paid for advice.
Yeah.
They're my employees or partners or whatever. And they're telling me, Thomas, you need to do this. And I was like, I know better than you. So but I've learned from it. I always take in information, even if I'm biased towards it. I always reconstruct it in my brain so I can look at it from a different perspective.
Okay.
That's what I've learned.
You want me to tell you something also quite amusing and sad about affiliate marketing? In 2017, we onboard through a company that was working, I was a consultant, 15,000 people into Binance without referral link.
That's nice.
Yeah, but without. So no, we never got the link.
Yeah, it's nice performance, but I mean, yeah. And
we didn't get anything from that. So
15,000, that's millions of dollars.
The millions in 2017, 4,000 of them, they were from China.
Oh.
So yeah.
They like volume.
I talking to I still friend with the owner of the company, said we didn't have affiliate link, why we didn't do it. We were selling a software trading bot, but we were focused just in the daily operation and we forgot or we didn't pay attention to the big numbers. And talking about big numbers, what was that breakthrough? Like you were working really hard, creating content, trying to get there. What was that breakthrough that you say, okay, not only monetary, there's always one point in your life as an entrepreneur that it just takes you to 10x. What was that point in your life?
Unfortunately, I don't think I had that point.
Okay.
I think it was just the entire journey. It all just came together because the amount of failures, we're still, until this day, we try many things and they don't work.
Yeah.
And you waste money, you waste time, you waste the energy of the team, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
So overall, I can say that, there are some people who are just focused on just one thing and it kind of takes off. For me, there was a breakthrough in social media once, when I can really call it a breakthrough.
Okay.
When within 6 months, I got to 1 million followers on Instagram.
And you got that video of the triple click with the cash.
Yeah, that was that video brought me like 500,000 followers.
Wow.
Because in total, with all the reposts, it got hundreds of millions of views, like probably 500 million, something insane. Because people reposted it and some of the accounts got 100 million plus views and didn't even fucking tag me.
Yeah.
So, wow. And that was the breakthrough moment when suddenly, I had 3,000 people watching my stories and then you have 100,000 people watching your stories.
Insane.
So you just go like this.
Yeah.
So as long as, you stay cool and you create good products and you monetize it in a correct, healthy way.
Yeah.
And then it was a breakthrough moment. But honestly, everything that led to it It was not magic.
Yeah.
It was hard work. It was investing. It was pain. It was sleepless nights. It was disbelief. It was discouragement. And this, but as they say, you cannot break the character of a man who has single-handedly rebuilt himself from the ashes of his dark past. So
Wow.
whatever you do in life, it's always your past. And even if it's dark, if you've rebuilt, use it as your fucking fuel.
Yeah.
So that's why for me it was a journey, not just one something. Unfortunately, I wish I was that lucky when I just woke up to $1 billion or 1 billion followers or something. But man, I had to work for every single motherfucker that follows me, So
And you were really hard. Something that I noted from you, you are very well spoken. And you just mentioned something just now. It's like from a quote of the book. This come natural, or you learn something, or you did some like pronunciation, or I don't know, dictation lessons? Because you speak very eloquent. People understand what you're saying. And
Yes.
you drop so many bombs all the time in your content.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. But quite frankly, just in all honesty, it is experience that you're just so used to. Like my brain thinks 3 sentences ahead,
Okay.
like almost like, so I actually see the sentences as I speak. So it is, but it wasn't always like this. I used to stutter a lot, and
wow.
I would just be like, looking for that word, especially if I'm talking on some different language,
Yeah.
because English isn't my primary
How many
language.
languages you speak?
I speak 4.
Oh, wow.
But natively 3, and then German I speak like on just basic level.
Yeah.
But it's like when you are doing so many videos and when you speak so much, it just becomes you. It's like you can learn this.
Yeah.
And if you look at my older YouTube videos, you can just scroll down. Like my accent was horrible. It's like 3 years ago, really.
Yeah.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah.
My accent is horrible. I'm sitting there like this, like I'm being fucking interviewed by FBI for some shit I didn't do, So it was horrible.
Yeah.
So, and then as you go, and like certainly some quotes, some of the things, like I don't know which word that one came from. Sometimes I just remember sentences when they fit in.
It's like from a book. Huh?
Yeah, but sometimes like watching a movie, I would sometimes see some interesting phrase and I would write it out.
You write it down.
But I write them out just because I like them.
Yeah.
They hit the spot.
Yeah.
And then I just memorize them, and sometimes they just show up, just like this quote. Maybe it was from Game of Thrones. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You don't
Do you like in Game of Thrones or no?
I love it.
Yeah. Not the last episode.
The last ones were becoming a bit iffy, but initially the first few seasons, amazing.
This is we're coming from crypto, from entrepreneurship, affiliate market to Game of Thrones. Now, talking about so many stuff that you do, right? People think it's easy what you do. They see you in the mansion with the Bugatti, with the Brabus, with the Maybach. What else do you have? A Porsche? I don't know. You have so many cars.
Aventador.
Aventador, and they see you creating even doing that content that you do is hard work because you have to sit down, repeat.
It's not
easy. How you juggle crypto charts, affiliate marketing, community, creating content, life, wife, mother.
It is it's an ever evolving process. Because I do believe in the balance in life. I used to be very money oriented. I was always about making this money. Like I didn't care. Like I was just plowing in one direction. But then I soon realized that it was, especially in the beginning of my trading career about 10 years ago, I was really fat. I was 115 kilos. I was not healthy. I was smoking cigarettes. I was drinking alcohol. I didn't have a good relationship. I wasn't even with my wife back then. And my life, even though I was making some money, it was okay. But my entire life was garbage.
Oh, wow.
Like I didn't feel good. It was bad.
Yeah.
So, and then with time, I quit alcohol. Then a few years down the road, I quit cigarettes. And then somehow I started slowly evolving into the best version of myself. So, and especially in the last 2 years, when I've reached really some serious money, because like initially when you made $1 million too.
What is serious money for you?
Well, serious money is when you understand that, for example, if you were to liquidate everything you have, it's 100 plus.
Oh, wow.
So like with Event, because the reason why my net worth jumped a bit higher now is because of Event Horizon. So because we invested so much money and really, we have Binance executives as our official advisors. Leslie from Binance US, Chief Compliance Officer of Binance US, she's our official advisor.
Amazing.
We have people from also like even Chief of Product of OKX is our official advisor. CEO of Haken, our auditor, who's going to be auditing our L2. So he's our official advisor. So Event Horizon, really, we just launched a tab game. It got 2.5 million users in a week.
That's amazing.
So like we're taking off like this.
Yeah.
And right now, after we closed the pre-seed and private round, because we were in talks with Gate.io reached out and said, guys, we're interested.
Okay.
We didn't even reach out.
Okay.
Because we don't really need money because it's all self-funded by me. But we needed money just from the perspective of a tag, the fact that somebody's backing us. It's marketing.
It's marketing.
Yeah. So, and then by the time we close the private, we'll be worth probably 200 million.
200 million.
So, and it's like, we don't even have a product.
Okay.
So, and once we have the product, the valuation will be probably billion plus.
Okay.
So, and once we have some revenue coming in. So it's pretty crazy because it's a big ecosystem. So many things that can be monetized inside. So therefore, this is more serious money.
Okay. That's serious money.
Yeah. So and our target for the next 12 to 24 months is 10 billion total valuation of Event Horizon plus the token and everything else.
Okay.
So 10 bill. And I mean, considering if Uniswap is kind of our competitor, at that peak they were 40 billion. So like with our ecosystem, 10 is not much for the peak of the bull market, for example. So, and like when you're playing this kind of game, you understand quite often and quite soon you understand like, what's beyond the car? What's beyond the house? What's beyond the $300,000 watch or whatever it is that you want? And you oftentimes realize that it's not about any of it. Like it contributes to your happiness, but what really makes you happy is a good state of mind, is balanced inner peace with your loved ones. Like the way I've been building the relationship with my wife, we're so bonded together. We do a lot of tantra. Amazing. So we do a lot of spiritual work together, and we are so intertwined that it would never even cross my mind to cheat on her because I don't need anyone else. Wow. I'm in the best place as a man, and not just because our souls, I think they're
connected.
Our souls, they're not male or female. They're just souls, in my opinion. So, and therefore, when you are really charging your energy to the point where you are in the moment and you're happy and you're not pulled back by the anchors of the past, and you also are not looking like an idiot only into the future, certainly are preparing for it, but you actually are able to ground yourself, put yourself into a theta state of mind and into the state of flow, and you actually experience what is true happiness, love, gratitude, and just happiness.
Happiness.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Easy.
It's 100 million, 200 million.
You know a number that Cici told me a year and a half ago? He said when you get to 50 million, that in that point you feel like, okay, I make a lot of money. He said after 50 million is the same.
It depends.
It depends on obviously the
who
way
you
that
are
he thinks.
and what you want. Some people cannot live without a $200 million yacht. Okay, then you need to make more. But in reality, like, do you really need to buy a jet? You can charter it.
Yeah.
Like, how often are you gonna fly it? Do you really need a jet? The answer is no.
Do I own a yacht?
I don't own a jet. Could I buy one? Probably some older one. I could afford to get a nice maybe Challenger 604. But the thing is, I fly maybe 5 times a year. Yeah. Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be just a burden. I'd rather have that money in Bitcoin. So so therefore, beyond 15, like this threshold, 15 to 30 million.
Yeah.
Beyond.
No difference. You see, guys?
No, it's like really, I've been through it. You know, I know what it feels like. I don't know what it feels like to be a billionaire yet, and especially a cash billionaire. But someday maybe I'll find out. Yeah, but overall, money is not all. It's like maybe it is 10 to 20% of your inner happiness. Okay. Because it is security, it is freedom, it is health. People say, oh, you cannot buy time. Motherfucker, you can. You can.
Yeah.
And with the current biotech developments and also everything when it comes to longevity, there are things that are borderline scary. That you can't really stop the aging of your cells. And like we're still combating the side effects of it, but we're going to get there. And so therefore, at some point, I don't want to sound very as a cynical individual, but at some point, I think death will be only for the poor.
Only. No, I think it's happened. Like in Colombia and countries that you have the very rich and the very, very poor, the very rich live longer, at least 10, 20 years longer.
And it's also a fact, right? Because of disease, because of no access to proper medicine.
Education
as well. Absolutely. It all affects the demographics. So those who say that money doesn't buy time are not smart. So it does.
It does. Before jumping to crypto OGs, you mentioned something about investing in yachts, investing in all this stuff, but you're a true believer about people as well, right?
Oh, yeah, the biggest.
So you have a big team. What is that when somebody comes to you looking to partner up or working with you? What is those like top qualities or attitude that you look into people? What is the thing that say, okay, I want to work with him or with her?
Well, certainly we always look at. I remember when I was looking for a CTO for Event Horizon, that was one of the hardest things to do. And actually, executives of Binance, who are actually founders of Bloom, good friends, Vladimir Smirkius, and I just did a podcast with him too, and Gleb Kosterov, really nice guys, and they helped me to find Vlad, who is our CTO currently.
Yeah. Okay.
And when we looked at his initially, we looked at the credentials, yes, what he's done, what is his track record. What is he able to do? What is his belief system? Whatever. But the most important, that was like 30% stuff. 70% was me buying him a ticket to Dubai.
Okay.
He flew in. We spent 3 days together.
That's the best. Yeah.
We didn't speak about business.
Nothing.
We spoke about golf, about children. We spoke about values. We spoke about blockchain a little bit. And we just hanged out. And I want to feel the guy.
Okay.
I want
The
to
energy.
feel energy.
Yeah.
Because there is just these people that they seem okay, but there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You just don't like them.
Yeah.
So this is the person that you will, because the biggest thing and the demotivator for a lot of people in life in terms of success is stress.
Yeah.
And anxiety. So when when you're just starting off, everything is beautiful. Regardless, it could be a relationship.
Everything is honeymoon status.
Same thing. But once hard times come, and we've been through some hard times with Event Horizon because it's tough. Really, launching it's not easy. So when you're not in the right connection energy-wise among your C-level, for example, as Steve Jobs has said, most important people in your team are the 10 people at the top. So, and this is the idea I follow as well. So I have about 7 in C-level, like CMO, CEO, because I'm actually not CEO of Event Horizon, I'm just the chairman. So it's a C-level of people, and there we are almost like closer than my mother is to me. You know, we're so intertwined. We are so in tune energy-wise that we're best friends. Even though we know each other for maybe like a year or two, which is not enough to become really good friends, in my opinion. A real friendship is like 10 years plus. Real friendship, which is very rare. Most people really don't have friends, even though they think they do.
You still friends with people from your school or no?
I have a couple of friends that are my best friends.
Okay.
And they still are my best
wow.
friends. For like my best friend, he's Azerbaijani. He has been my friend for 20 some odd years.
Okay, that's a proper friend.
Yeah. He's like, this guy is like, it's not about any, it's like the connection there is just
it's like
crazy.
You don't see him in 6 months and then you talk like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, so actually you made me remind, Cyrus from Swissborg, the founder?
I've heard,
You know, like he has a story, like he lived with his business partner for 6 months before starting any business. Like similar to what you did with the CTO, but for 6 months living in the same house, not talking about business, just see how they go, and then they start the business. But now let's dig into crypto. Crypto is a crazy world right now, right? The market is not the best,
It's garbage.
It's garbage. It's really bad. It's shit. But we're getting there. Now, let's talk about people. Then we talk about technology. Then we talk about the market.
Yeah.
Crypto is a tough industry for people, So there is the exchanges, the layer ones, they are ruled or they are led by people, But there is also a lot of people creating scams all the time.
Yeah.
And promising the golden land, promising the best, or I don't know, jets, let's call it that, Lambos, all of that. So the last 3 years, I remember when the FTX happened, there was a lot of content, especially from KOLs, about the Lambo, Bugatti house, and it was working, right? It was working really well. And then everything changed because people lost a lot of money with FTX, right? And then people didn't want to say, okay, I want to follow somebody that's educational. Somebody that has merged these two worlds perfectly is you, Thomas. Like, I like how you do it because you're educating the people, but you don't brag about what you have. You just inspire people, right?
Yeah, well, I'm
you do
trying
a
to.
different angle.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's
I'm
like
just being me.
It's smooth. You're doing it smooth. Hey, look, I have a $300,000 watch. Join my. No, you don't do it like that. You do it very.
But
and it's sincere. I can see it's sincere, right?
I'm trying to, even though a lot of people still find it that I'm showing off. Like,
no, you
I
don't
give a shit to show off. Like,
Ty Lopez did it for 20 years and it's working, and he's still doing it.
Yeah, as long I don't know about Tyler. I didn't check his products. I cannot say, but the only rule that I have is that you have to provide value.
Okay.
Like, that's the only thing. Like, if you put together, because I know a lot of influencers, what they do is they actually pay other influencers for advertisements. So they actually bring in new people, newcomers, and then they're using those people to put them into some shitcoin, and then they rug it, you know. So okay, that's a scam, you know. So that is something that you like. I mean, I couldn't live with myself if I would be scamming people like this.
Yeah.
But if you're actually trying to genuinely provide value and ask something in return, small money, big, it's just up to you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Why not?
And now let's jump into crypto. How long you been in crypto for?
5 years.
5 years. And what was the price of Bitcoin when you started?
It was previous cycle. I remember I was buying some, but mostly I was buying altcoins back then. It was when COVID happened. Well, the COVID crash was, but previously I think I was in crypto for like a year before the COVID crash.
But no, like full time.
Nah, no, not full. No, definitely not full time. So I think that around 5K Bitcoin.
Okay.
Like that. So it was not $500, unfortunately, but it was. I remember 5, 6, 7K, something like that. And then it in COVID it dipped to like 3K.
Okay.
And then I was like,
did you buy the dip? So
No. I did not. Well, in all fairness, I did have a very good average entry price because I started getting in already at the bottom of the bear market, and the prices were okay. Like at some point when the COVID happened, I had maybe minus 40%.
Okay. You hold it.
Yeah, I held it. Which again, it was not just Bitcoin; it was mostly altcoins. So I've done okay, maybe 50%. You know. So and then it actually took off. So it was one last crash that I survived, and then it took off.
And okay, the technology is here to stay. We see obviously Bitcoin, then the smart contracts, now blockchain, layer 1s, layer 2s. You are building a whole ecosystem with Events Horizon.
Yep.
What are your thoughts from the technology part? Because everybody talk about trading. Everybody talking about making money, 10x, 50x, real world assets, artificial intelligence, meme coins. They talk about all of this, but people don't go back to the technology. What do you think about the technology? Do you think it's going to evolve really fast, or it's going to take us forever to get there?
No, it's already evolving really fast. If you see how the U.S. government and also a lot of the companies, how even MicroStrategy, the amount of stuff that they actually were able to achieve in crypto space is pretty huge with the Lightning Network, and so I think it is slowly being integrated. Again, any adoption takes decades. So it is just the way, it's just human nature. But overall, I think we're moving real fast, and especially in the DEX world, like even what we're doing with our L2, is like we are really pioneering this. Even though we have quite a few competitors like Aevo, we have DYDX, but most of them have issues. Like even Aevo doesn't have a mobile application. You're kidding me?
No, you need to.
There is no proper affiliate marketing in neither of them. It's not aggressive enough to attract people from text exchanges.
Yeah.
So like that's why we are actually in Event Horizon. We're combining all the best practices of Texas, and we're putting our own L2 on top of it. We're using Optimism stack and the superchain. So for the speed of transactions, but at the same time we have security and efficiency of Ethereum, so that it's not like Solana, that if it's down because of volume, that our exchange is down, you know? So we could not afford that. So, and at the same time, we are not sacrificing any user interface. So it used to be that with DEXs, you need to be a fucking rocket scientist.
It's so difficult to do swaps and to buy anything, and then you ending up with the ground contract is so hard.
Event Horizon, you just connect MetaMask, you connect Ledger, you connect Trezor, anything. And again, we don't custody anything. So whatever you use, it's actually on the blockchain. So even your margin is based, so we don't have access to it. So therefore, you can trade futures, you can trade spot, you can trade anything with one click by just, you've connected your ledger, like time to market, basically like you've seen the ad, you've seen Event Horizon, you click 2 buttons, you're trading. It's faster than at SEX, because at SEX you need to do KYC, this, that. And here we don't know who it is just global. So it is something that for the people. And it's going to be also governed by the governance token, so it's going to be governed by the people as well. So, yeah.
I can see you've been dedicated to Events Horizon.
Yeah, it's the work.
And you know what is fascinating for me? Because people that watch the show, they don't know answer about crypto, they think we're crazy, that we're talking about like random jargon, you know? But it's good to, when I interviewing people, talking to people, now I understand, because I've been a long time in the industry and I understand what is happening right now. But now let's go to trading. It's too difficult for somebody to trade or no? To start from scratch?
It is kind of yes and no. It depends on what is hard for someone. Those people who are dedicated, they actually have the right information and they have persistence, and they don't just jump in with all the last money and all the money borrowed from the grandmother and the father and the bank, and then they're like all in on Pepe. You know, if you don't do stupid shit like this, you can actually make it. Because my initial big money back in the day, hundreds of thousands of dollars. My first like money that was like, okay, this is some money, was made from trading, but not from crypto. I was on traditional futures, on DAX, S&P 500, FTSE, etc. So I was more of a traditional trader, and I've done okay. But it took me years.
Okay, years, yeah.
And I had so many failures. I wanted to quit like 10 times.
Oh, wow.
It's like, you have to understand the reality of it. You know, you look at all these, I cannot even call them with anything that is not a word that is horrible, you know.
Yeah.
So these people who are, you know, they're posing with the Lamborghini saying that, oh, look, my Forex book, and they show you only profitable trades. It's such a scam.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why I made a reel on Instagram and got like 1 million views where I said, guys, if you have currently $2,000, trading is a scam. Like, if you really, I mean, unless you're happy to make 3,000 at the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
You know, and then with proper risk and money management. We are putting aside cycles. You know, right now with liquidity cycle, you can put money probably into Pepe or Sui or some altcoin that has promise, and you'll probably do 10x. So even with 2K, maybe it makes sense. In the next 12 months, you'll probably do 10x. So it's not that difficult. But when you're just taking the market in general, times of uncertainty, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Guys, and remember, everything that we're saying here is our own opinions, no financial advice.
Yeah.
Do your own research. You never know. I went to buy Pepe because Tomas told me when to do 10x.
I've seen it's like, it's crazy, Andres. Like, I've had a guy once. I made a video. I just spoke about DYDX. I didn't even. I think I said I'm adding it to the portfolio.
Yeah.
Then there was a guy who went with 100x leverage on DYDX with all his entire savings, and then he's texting me, and he made a huge fuss. He wrote reviews. He was so pissed. He was like, Thomas, you fucked me up. I lost everything because of you. I'm like, on what? On DYDX. I'm like, on DYDX. I'm like, okay, I spoke about it once among all the other things. Why DYDX? Why 100x leverage? Why all in? No answer.
No answer. And that's it. Okay, cool. Look, the level of let's talk about mental health. I know you're very advocate of mental health. I know you meditate, you exercise.
A lot.
You're getting this six-pack, getting there. In crypto, mental health is a must. I've seen so many people getting burned, you know. But something about us that we're in crypto, we're a little bit crazy. Let's be honest.
You have to be crazy.
You have to be crazy, and then you see your portfolio. Then I check my wallets. I don't know, 200K, and then the next day 40K. So what's happening? Like it's crazy. So, what are your advice for people before joining crypto about mental health? Because not many people talk about this. And there's stress, there's anxiety, there's panic attacks. There's a lot of stuff involved, aggression. But I think so mental health, not many people talk about in crypto because we're too busy checking the market that we don't mention it.
People focus on things that matter less than their inner world.
Yeah.
People always project their energy and they actually extend it into the outer world.
Yeah.
What they need to learn to do, which is easier said than done. I've been through this. I've spent probably close to $300,000 on different coaches.
Wow.
I've spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to see who has what. I wanted to try NLP and Tantra, Mantra, everything. I wanted to understand this world of spirituality outside of religion, you know, and see how it all combines and how it all works. And I'm still not perfect at it, but I do understand how the brain works. I understand myself.
Yeah.
I've learned to love myself.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things. You know, a lot of the people, you know, especially from the older generations, they live for someone else. You maybe you're like my mother. She sacrificed everything for me because it was the 90s, hard time, and she was like, she became so hard that it even became hard for her to find a man, you know, because like she's too hard. Yeah. So and in reality, to be in a good place, that you know, some kind of headwinds are not gonna just make you absolutely crazy. Because in crypto, I mean, there's probably people committing suicide and stuff. It's like
but I don't know. I haven't met anybody, but probably.
But it's like I know what it feels like sometimes. You know, I had this Ethereum trade. I really believed in it. I still believe in it. It's a few $1 million trade, and at some point it was at minus $600K.
Yeah.
Just one trade, and I was like, even for me, it was like,
it's a lot.
Not cool. You know, and considering that 2 weeks prior it was plus $400,000, it's like $1 million difference in cash on one trade. So certainly, I mean, it's not all of my money. So I always use diversification. I never go all in on it because you have to be stupid to do that. Diversify, please. And the same thing with cash flow. Like the market can be garbage, but you cannot just be dependent on only the market. So like that's why I have 11 income streams. If crypto crashes down to zero, I'm gonna lose tens of millions of dollars because all of my net worth is in crypto. But I will build it up fast because I have so many other things. So this gives you a peace of mind. But besides that, going back to your question, very important is to understand who are you. deep down. Not the question of, in terms of your metaphysical presence, but your soul.
Your soul.
Who are you? Love yourself. Be in the state of flow and actually realize how great it is to live.
It is amazing.
It is basic stuff. I'm just saying, like, people are like, oh yeah, well, common sense. But how many of them actually understand that?
Yeah.
Because hearing what I'm saying is one thing, but actually understanding it deep down and appreciating it
Yeah.
is different. Because I used to be like, oh, okay, like some coach would tell me, oh, love yourself. I'm like, okay, great. The fuck does that mean?
How I do it.
Yeah, but it actually is reached by very deep meditations.
Yeah.
When you can sit there for 2 hours, no music, no nothing, darkness, no sound, no light, and you're here.
Your hand.
And your brain starts playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
And then you have to work with it and you have to observe it. You have to like leave your body for a second. And then when you're that deep into spirituality and meditations, all that, you become relatively peaceful. Sometimes like I have days when I have like 10 meetings, I have something going down, something not working, and somebody wants to leave the company, and then I have something at the house. I need to make content. It's plus 50 degrees in Dubai. Like I'm making a video with Bugatti. I'm all wet. My entire Prada suit is all wet and yellow, and it's horrible. So like it's hard, man. It's no fun. But if you are also in a negative state of mind, you will go crazy.
You go crazy.
You will break.
Yeah.
Like fuck, you will break. What people see on social media, they see the result. They don't see the journey.
Yes, yeah.
They don't see what you've been through. They didn't see how many times you've cried into the pillow.
I cried many times. Yeah.
It happened. Like I didn't cry much, but I cried a few times.
Yeah.
So it happens, and we're all human beings.
Yeah.
So people, and they're also jealous of they're jealous of a Bugatti, but they're not jealous of thousands of hours that went into getting it. They don't care how they want the Bugatti. They don't care, like it's been a life's fucking journey.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point. But most importantly, going through this entire journey, if you can do it in peace and love and happiness, you won.
That's amazing.
You already won it, yeah.
I think so. We already won because as you mentioned your mom a lot. My mom also helped me a lot, with all this mental health, pushing me forward. Then she died of cancer 5 years ago. So that made me actually now work even more to make her proud. But talking about, okay, we talk about the market, we talk about crypto, we talk about Forex. Let's talk about Dubai. Because Dubai is a land where you come here as a visitor, it's okay. You find it is nice, but then when you live here, your mind open up, right? Now you have, for example, you have the Bugatti, and it's like this, I don't know how many Bugattis are in Dubai, but there are many. But when you go, you say, okay, now I can have it. In Europe, you cannot have a Bugatti. It's too difficult. Either you get robbed or you get scratched. It's too dangerous. Yeah. Let's talk about Dubai. It changed your life. It helped you enhance what you have. If it wasn't because of Dubai, do you think you were where you are right now?
I don't know if it would affect my results much, but I can say for sure that this is the best place in the world by far. Maybe it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
But overall, if I compare it to other places where I've lived at, including even Switzerland and Latvia and Europe and United States, I love US.
I seen you went.
I'm always there
from east to west.
I'm there like 3 times a year.
Wow.
I'm always like, I have my favorite places in LA. I stay at the same villas, and like I love LA. But safety wise, like I always have to have security because you never know.
And you don't post on real time.
I don't post in real time where I am, so it is a bit challenging. So Dubai, in that sense, like a Bugatti. You drive in a Bugatti, which is people show you a thumbs up, nice. They make a video. In Europe, I don't know if they're gonna try to take my watch or something, So no, Dubai in this sense, like, and also for my wife, because I can, beat the shit out of someone if I need to. But in terms of my wife, that's what I was always, But in Dubai, even though a lot of people think it is the opposite, actually for women, it's incredibly safe.
It's safe, yeah. Like,
nobody's gonna touch her with a finger, and if they do, it's gonna be the last shit they do. Yeah. So
and crazy things about Dubai that you have seen. For example, you have a video that people and they want the most viral about the cash. What is the most amount of cash that you have seen, yours or somebody else, in a table?
$2.6 million, which is...
It's not much, right?
It's not much.
And you have in a ledger, you have more.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Like, you're looking at that cash. Once I was carrying the bag of 2.6 million, it was like more than 10 kilos.
It's too heavy.
It's heavy. It's a bunch of paper. It's insane. It's very heavy. I could barely carry it.
Do you think you spend more money when you have cash or when you tap a card?
I think tap a card.
Yeah, tap a card.
Yeah, because you don't feel it.
You don't feel it, right?
The money, like just the other day, 3 days ago, I sent it because we have a separate account for daily expenses. I sent in 100,000 dirham, which is almost like $30,000.
Yeah.
Dude, 3 days.
Gone.
I'm like, where is the money? Well, my wife was like, oh, well, we were buying a lot of stuff for the house and this and that. It's gone like this. You don't even notice.
I spent a lot of money moving here a month ago. I don't see the money, it just disappear.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about Dubai. You open up, there's so much networking opportunities.
Yeah.
Obviously, but also you have to be careful because you can carry away.
Yeah.
And instead of spending, I don't know, 100 euros for a dinner of two, you ended up spending 500 euros for dinner of
Quite
two.
easily.
Every day.
Yeah.
And it can become a habit.
Yeah, to live in Dubai, really, I think that unless you're making at least 10K a month.
For a couple.
For a couple.
For a family, you need 20 at least.
20, yeah, just to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So you can go out, you can take the Uber wherever you want to have fun, you want to live in a nice apartment, 10K is a bare minimum.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. I have a couple of questions, but before that, let's talk about Events Horizon. When are you going to launch? You launch already. Let's talk about the community because there's so many people watching right now, especially on Binance Live.
Yeah.
They are into crypto. They understand they've probably been following your path. So it will be good to tell them what is next.
Yeah. So the Event Horizon, right now we are at season 2 of fun activities. We launched the Tap game. We got like 2 million plus users real quick, even though Tap games are slowly going down.
Yeah.
So we just decided to do a fun one, like a rocket that you need to correct the course, making sure it gets to the Event Horizon.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it's fun. Like it's done really well. And overall, we are planning for the MVP around the end of September.
Okay.
So it's going to be clickable with the matcher, so you can trade a little bit. And then official testnet will be October. Then mainnet probably in December, and then everything else. So basically, we are a couple of months out before a really working product. So
I love the last 4 months of the year. For me, it's always the best.
It is. It is the most fun.
When is your birthday?
1st of June.
Okay, but also June is good. Thomas, I have a couple of questions. It's like you need to choose one. So let's start. Bitcoin or Ethereum?
That's impossible to choose. But if I'm just in terms of investment right now, today, Ethereum.
Okay.
If it is long-term, really the belief in the asset, then it's Bitcoin.
Centralized exchange or decentralized exchange?
Decentralized.
Decentralized. Staking or mining?
Staking.
And you probably hate me or love me for this question. Dollar or the new bricks? You know bricks with...
Yeah. The new bricks.
The new bricks.
Let's vote for something fun.
And the very last question. I know you cannot predict the future. You only can build it. But are we having a bull market next year or no?
I think so. I think that this cycle might be extended.
Yeah.
Just because of what we see in terms of macro and liquidity and all the rates and stuff. And unless Japan keeps fucking things up for us, I think that the up move should start probably in October. Just as always, into elections. Same thing was in 2020. It's a copy of the move, almost. It's like the price action is different, but the logic and the liquidity is all the same thing. So I think that the up move is going to start October and slowly grind up into a nice parabolic move, then probably some profit taking, and then closer maybe to the other half of 2025, just the peak. And then...
Do you think Trump will help if he gets elected?
I think so, because for now, because I don't see still what Harris is trying to do in terms of crypto.
Nothing.
And obviously she's been blabbing about it, but what's the result of it? And like, is she actually proposing something? Is she participating in anything? The answer is no, from what I see. So therefore Trump, and so far he's leading quite heavily, which makes me happy, regardless of what other things about. Like, I care about the industry. So I think he is certainly at least a tiny bit better for the industry than Kamala and than the Democrats.
And I have the very last question for your audience, for your followers, fans, you name it, the Thomas Kralows.
Yeah.
You're going to Singapore, right?
Yeah.
If somebody see you, you know, that happened to me before. We're not celebrities, we're not famous, but we create content. And sometimes people come to us and say, "Hi, I've been following you." If somebody see you and want to take a picture of you, happy days?
Of course.
Okay.
Always. Whenever on the street, every day somebody's taking a picture with me.
So you have it. You have Thomas Kralow, Crypto G. We're very happy to have him here. Thank you so much for inspiring so many people across the globe.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you in the next episode of Crypto G's in Singapore or Korea. We'll see what happens.
All right. See you there.
And I'll see you around. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.